Greetings everyone, welcome to Archie Sonic issue 80 and part 2 of the Sonic Adventure tie-in. Where we previously left off, on the Sonic side of things, he and Nate Morgan learned that Eggman may have discovered the hidden city of the ancients. Yeah, I'm going to stop doing that. The king has ordered Sonic, Nate, and the Freedom Fighters to head over to the city before Eggman does. Amy wanted to go too, but the others said she's too young and inexperienced. Meanwhile, Elias came up with a way to heal his mother, the queen. A wish from a magic ring. Only, Amy's beating him to it. On the Knuckles side of things, he's discovered the island has fallen into the water, after having a dream about that very event. It's because Eggman invaded the island and smashed the Master Emerald in order to feed the newly freed Chaos. That's all you need to know for now, so let's get started. We begin with the debut of modern Amy. As the others arrive, we learn that she wished specifically to be older and faster in the hope that she can join the expedition. Sonic points out that just because she looks older doesn't mean she's mature. Plus, who knows what unintended side effects await her. And that's precisely the reason Amy is coming along, at Nate Morgan's insistence. The wish also drained the ring's power, so there's no saving the queen. Today, we move on to the characters saying heartfelt goodbyes. Sally with her mom, and Sonic with his parents. He's bummed because the last time he said goodbye, the Robians, including his family, were kidnapped. His parents assure him that won't happen this time. With that positive note, Sonic meets with the group near their transports. Just as Nate Morgan describes the place as being inhabited by five-fingered overlanders, the term used to describe the human-like species, and Tails brings up the fact that he and Sonic also have 5 fingers. I'll hold off that bit until later. For now, the group travels to the location of the city via the Freedom Fire Special and the Super Emerald Enhanced Tornado. As they approach their destination, they see a crashed aircraft next to a mountain. Nate speculates that it transported members of the hidden city well before the Mobians and Overlanders ruled the planet. Said craft kinda looks like a passenger plane we use today, doesn't it? They enter a fissure that gets narrower the further they go. The tornado can navigate through it, but everyone else has to leave the special and take this conveniently placed minecart the rest of the way. But at last, they arrive at their destination, the hidden city, aka Station Square. Our second tale has Knuckles arrive at Haven to learn what the heck is going on. He's shown video footage of Eggman's attack and destruction of the Master Emerald. The gathered Brotherhood assesses the situation. They can either restore the island to what it was before the crash, somehow, or go after Eggman. They track him heading towards the mainland with the Master Emerald pieces falling from the egg carrier. They also discovered the island crashed near the mysterious Cat Country, which according to them is bad. After Knuckles gives the group an I told you so for not heeding Sally's warnings about Eggman, yeah, she visited them in Knuckles 29, he heads off to track Eggman so he can get back the Master Emerald shards. Meanwhile, the Chaotix gather around the ruined Chaos Chamber entrance. As they discuss what happened, we learn why landing near the mysterious Cat Country is bad. A group of tribal cats arrive and take the Chaotix prisoner. Yeah. There is one more Sonic Adventure related story. It features the debut of Big the Cat and his pal Froggy. One night, an odd sound wakes up the latter. We then get a page of Froggy's thought bubbles about the situation and Big, which is odd. I wonder if the Sonic Paradox crew had this in mind when they came up with that one Big and Froggy skit. Regardless, he encounters the small piece of chaos in the area, drinks it up, and becomes possessed by it. Big wakes up to notice Froggy now has a tail. Before wondering why his buddy's acting odd, the two get another visitor, E102 Gamma, who immediately captures Froggy. Big tries and fails to get Froggy back, and Gamma blasts Big back before taking off. We end with Big grabbing his fishing pole and vowing to get back Froggy. The Sonic story's purpose is to finish the setup established last time, making sure Amy matched her, at the time, new game appearance, saying their goodbyes, and arrive at their destination. To go into detail about Amy, I've already voiced my thoughts on her using a ring to make a wish last time, so I don't need to repeat myself. I will say, Nate Morgan having her come along due to the change is a flimsy excuse to cover the real reason. She's a main playable character in the game, and it would be awkward if she were left out of the events of the game, am I right? Speaking of game-related material, the minecart is clearly a nod to how characters used it in the Mystic Ruins to get from one area to another. I should probably address the finger issue. This is Bowler's attempt to address why characters have 4 fingers, with a few exceptions, in universe. Don't read too much into it. Out of universe, official Sega characters in the comic series always had 5 fingers, well, except for Knack the Weasel, to match their official game art. And no, I will not address the Knuckles situation here. Everyone else had 4 fingers like in a number of cartoons. Eventually, the series would depict everyone as having 5 fingers, so it's really a matter of artist interpretation. All in all, we finally have our characters discover Station Square, which is inside a mountain in this continuity. We'll file that away for another time. As for the Knuckles tale, a lot of it is exposition on things we already saw last time. Had the story followed the original structure, as I'll reveal in a bit, it would have been kind of redundant. To be fair, it does get Knuckles up to speed, but that can easily be done after he arrives at Haven with a quick off-panel cut, along with a one explanation later editor's note. I do like how Knuckles calls out the Brotherhood here for not listening to Sally's warning from Knuckles 29. Because let's face it, they're an arrogant bunch, with numerous examples throughout the Knuckles saga. It does succeed in kicking off the Knuckles must find the Master Emerald Shards portion of the adaptation. Unfortunately, this also begins a subplot that's kinda dull. The Chaotix getting captured by the inhabitants of the mysterious Cat Country. You'll see what I mean as we go along. Speaking of inhabitants, this brings us to Big the Cat and Froggy. Besides the odd bit of Froggy having thought bubbles, it mostly follows the opening of Big's story, until E102 Gamma arrives immediately afterwards. You could say, oh, Gamma was tracking the small piece of chaos in this continuity. Fair enough. However, future installments of this arc, including Gamma's backup story, contradict this. I'll talk more about it as we approach them. The only other thing I want to address is Big's dialogue. At times, it matches his game counterpart.
Froggy, is that you? You're looking kinda weird, good buddy. What's up with the tail?
Other times, it does not. It's kind of odd having Big, who's supposed to be a simple individual, saying these kind of things. Well, seeing as you know who wrote this, I'm not surprised. Alright, let's go back to the topic of structure. As I mentioned last time, the story links between the Sonic and Knuckle tales varied. Here, it's happened again, only this time, the Sonic story is longer. I also mentioned that the cover of this issue is a modified version of what would have been Knuckles 33, had it not been cancelled. Since then, from what little information I can find, the original plan was to split Sonic Adventure between the Sonic series, the Knuckles series, and one Sonic Super Special. With some minor tweaking, you can easily place the Sonic stuff from 79 and 80 into one Sonic comic issue, and the two Knuckles tales into his own comic series. As for the backup stories, the Great War story would have fallen under Sonic, and the big story would have gone to the Knuckles book based off the Knuckles 33 cover. I won't talk about the structure anymore until we reach the end. I will say though, issues 81 and 82 will each have a Sonic portion, a Knuckles portion, and a third story. More Sonic Adventure elements are entering the picture, and characters are slowly moving towards where they need to be. We'll see more of this next time, as well as encounter some other oddities. I just realized, as of this issue, we've met all of the main playable characters in the game. Neat!